Don't miss Aaron Price on News 24 at 10 next. Live, Little Egypt's breaking news source. This is News 24 at 10.
And good evening, running a little late tonight, so that is why we're starting without the intro, but we do have a lot of news to get to tonight. But we begin in Harrisburg, where the lawyer for a man suspected of killing his wife says he may take the stand if and when his case goes to trial. The court is still waiting for a doctor to perform a mental evaluation of Brian Burns. In court today, lawyers said that doctor wants more information and still needs to meet with Burns before making his report. The judge delayed Burns' trial earlier this year because his lawyer believes there are doubts about his mental state at the time of the crime. Prosecutors believe he killed his wife, Carla Burns, then burned her body and scattered the ashes in April 2016. The two were going through a divorce. Burns' lawyer, Duane Verity, said he expects Burns to take the stand if there is a trial. Burns is already serving a 20-year prison sentence. A jury convicted him in May 2017 of trying to hire someone to kidnap the former state's attorney. Burns is scheduled to return to court for a hearing March 19th. Both his lawyer and the prosecutor expect the doctor to finish a mental evaluation by then. A former substitute teacher from Franklin County now faces several counts of grooming and child pornography. The new charges come after what was supposed to be Nicholas Price's first hearing today. A handful of parents sat inside a Franklin County courtroom waiting for Price and his attorney to make their first appearance. When Price's name was called by the judge, he was nowhere to be found, and neither was his lawyer. Hours later, he was facing multiple new charges, including child pornography. The 26-year-old was arrested on January 14th, just hours after he finished subbing at Ewing Grade School after complaints of sex crimes with multiple minors. Charges come down that day of grooming and distributing harmful material to minors. Price is now charged with 6 counts of grooming and 1 count of child pornography. After he was arrested last month, the superintendent of Ewing Grade School sent a letter to parents about the arrest. Regional Superintendent Lori Luquette said she removed Price from the substitute list. Price has been out on bond since hours after his arrest in January. He will be in court again March 14th for another hearing. Former Illinois State Senator and former Mayor of Cesar, Ned Mitchell, appeared in court for the first time today. Police arrested the 70-year-old on January 15th for possession of methamphetamine. He was arrested along with 42-year-old Elena Kays after Cesar police searched Mitchell's home. The two both bonded out of jail the day following the arrest. Mitchell is charged with 5 felonies, including multiple drug charges, armed violence, and unlawful use of a building. He served as Cesar mayor from 1980 to 2013 and also served in the Illinois Senate representing the 59 district for 1 year. Mitchell's next court date is set for March 29th. To the weather, where rain is affecting us this evening, here's Terrian with the latest. All right, thanks, Terry. The sponsor of a mileage tax bill has dropped his proposal. The bill would have created a pilot program where anyone interested could have a meter installed in their car to measure mileage. The driver would then be taxed on miles driven instead of gas used. A spokesperson for the bill's sponsor, State Representative Marcus Evans, Democrat of Chicago, said the proposal could be reintroduced in some form at a later date. Governor J.B. Pritzker is ending the temporary appointment of 2 members of the SIU Board of Trustees. Administration officials confirmed the tenures of Tom Britton and Marsha Ryan ended today at 5 p.m. Press Secretary Jordan Abaya released the following statement. It said, quote, "The administration withdrew appointments to the SIU board that were made by the prior administration. Governor Pritzker looks forward to appointing members to the board that will help carry out his vision for higher education." In November, a black man with a concealed carry permit was killed by police during a mall shooting in a case of mistaken identity. The case has raised questions about how to protect yourself if you have your permit and need to pull out your gun. Nearly 250,000 people in Illinois are trained and permitted to carry a concealed firearm. Dave Kemp is a police officer and the owner of Tombstone Gun Range and Training Center. He says even after hours of extensive training, he sees permit holders make mistakes. But Kemp says that's not the time to explain. Before a bad situation arises, he suggests having a plan of what to do when law enforcement gets there. These questions stem from a deadly case of mistaken identity in Alabama. E.J. Bradford, a veteran and concealed carry holder, was shot and killed after he pulled out his weapon to help when someone else started shooting inside a mall. When an off-duty officer saw multiple people were injured and Bradford was holding a gun. Kemp explains, while this is a tragic accident, it's important to be aware of who's around you and to put the weapon away as soon as you can. Kemp adds, if a police officer arrives while your weapon is out, put the gun down, do exactly what they say, and explain the situation later. The police officer who shot Bradford will not face criminal charges. The Attorney General says that the officer reasonably exercised his power. The shooting and the decision to not press charges sparked days of protests in Alabama. U.S. Representative Mike Boss stopped at Pinckneyville High School to talk to its FFA chapter. It was just one of several schools the congressman visited this afternoon as part of National FFA Week. He talked with students about lessons he learned while he was a member in high school and the importance of staying involved with family farms. Students asked questions when he was done speaking, including how the minimum wage hike will affect the agricultural industry. Each year, FFA chapters around the country celebrate National FFA Week. Organizers say it's a time to share what FFA is and the impact it has on members long past high school. You can find these stories and more in print on our website, www.news24si.com. Much more local news, sports, and weather is coming up next, but first, here's a look at your national headlines. Fox News update.
In Fox News, the investigation continues. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Authorities continue to comb through evidence as they look into the purported attack on Empire star Jussie Smollett.
Chicago police dismissed a tip that they received that on the night that Empire actor Jussie Smollett reported being attacked, that he was in an elevator of his apartment building with the